Hey there, yogi. Welcome to day 20 of the 30-day yoga challenge. Today we are working on the affirmation, I trust my intuition. So what we'll be doing is accessing and balancing the third eye chakra through different things like touching the third eye area on things, just bringing awareness to the third eye area, as well as using our affirmation. So the affirmation, again, is I trust my intuition. So the third eye really has to do with your connection to your intuition, to your inner knowing, and to your own spirit. Whereas the crown chakra has a little bit more to do with your connection to source, with all that is, with something greater than yourself. The pose of the day that we'll be working on and spending a little time on is Warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3. So this pose can look really, really hard, especially if you're looking at different poses on Instagram or trying different videos on YouTube and they don't give modifications. So I'll give you some modifications and some preparatory poses to hopefully help you get into the pose and hold it a lot more easily, a lot more safely, and a lot more comfortably. Enjoy the practice. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the little bell so that you get notified every time a new video pops up on my channel. Have a great day and enjoy the practice. Namaste. Let's begin today's practice in child's pose. So come onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees as wide as the mat, and we'll go into modified child's pose with the knees apart. Big toes touching, and bring the hips back towards the heels. Come onto the forearms, and then either place the forehead onto the ground, a block, or your stack fists. With the eyes closed, start to breathe here, connecting to the present moment. Breathe in through the nose, and out through the nose. Focusing some energy on the area of the third eye, in the center of the forehead. And feeling the back body expand as you inhale. And then soften in between the legs as you exhale. Now it's okay if you're not sitting all the way back onto the heels. Just try to soften as much as possible. Relax the face. And breathe into 4. And out for 4. In for 4. And out for 4. You can begin using your Ujjayi breath, valving the back of the throat. Remembering that the sound does not come from the nose. If you try to make the sound come from the nose, that'll make you tired. And then very slowly come out of the pose. Open your eyes slow, come up to the hands and knees, and bring your knees back towards center. Just take a couple breaths here. On your inhale, I trust. Exhale, my intuition. Inhale, I trust. Exhale, my intuition. Now ground your knuckles down, have the pointer fingers pointing forward. Walk your knees back a couple inches and curl the toes under. On your inhale, lift the knees and hips up. And on your exhale, push into the knuckles, sending the hips up and back so you're in a straight line from the wrists all the way up to the hips. Roll the shoulders away from each other, roll the forearms in. This is a gentle inversion, letting some of the energy come up towards the third eye chakra. On your inhale, lift the heels, and on your exhale, push your heels down towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Feel free to keep the knees bent. Exhale, lower. Now start to walk the feet up towards the hands. Bringing the big toes together to touch, or feet can be hip width. Inhale, come halfway up for monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and bend the knees. Let the head hang loose. Again, letting the energy come down towards the third eye. Inhale, come back halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down, look out in front of you. Inhale, come up with a flat back, circle the arms up over the head, palms touch. Exhale, hands down through center, touch the third eye with the thumbs, and then to the heart. And breathe here. We were inverted for a little bit, so it's normal if you feel a little bit wobbly, feel a little bit lightheaded. When that happens, ground down into the earth. And breathe. Find a gazing point. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, step back to plank. Don't worry, we'll not do many of these today. Inhale, push forward, knees down. Exhale, lower down, squeeze the elbows in. Uncurl the toes, push the toenails into the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Chest forward and up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push up to your knees, modified plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Ujjayi if it's available to you. Inhale, I trust. Exhale, my intuition. Now come down to your hands and knees and grab your blocks. Place those up at the front of the mat and come back to your downward facing dog. Bend the knees, and then however you can, bring your right foot through low lunge. You might grab it and bring it through, or come to the hands and knees, then bring it through, whatever you need to do, and bring your hands onto the blocks. Curl the back toes under and lift the back knee. Push the back toes back, the back foot back so that the heel ends up right above the ball of the foot, right knee's directly on top of the ankle. Now push the left heel back and the right knee forward at the same time. Notice the stretch there. Draw the chest forward and the shoulders back. So you want a straight spine. Now, you don't have to use blocks, but usually when we don't use blocks, the back rounds. Okay, so I like to use blocks for this one. So inhale, and then exhale, bring the hips back, keeping the hips square. Try not to let the hips swing out to the side, so pull the right hip back. Inhale, bend, keep pushing the left heel back as the right knee pushes forward. Exhale, hips back. Now, the right leg might not straighten, that's okay. Inhale, bend. Try to keep your upper body exactly how it is. It shouldn't really move. Exhale, bring the hips back. One more, inhale. And exhale. Now just hold here for a couple breaths. This is modified pyramid. Modified because the back heel's lifted. Keep pulling the right hip back, draw the chest forward. Bring the back knee down, move the blocks, and come back to modified child's pose. Breathe here. I trust my intuition. Again, bringing awareness to the third eye. And then slowly come up to the hands and knees. However you can, bring your left foot through, low lunge. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, scoot the back foot back, heel ends up right above the toes. Push the right heel back at the same time that you push the left knee forward. Draw the chest forward, shoulders back. This is what I call a high lunge. And then start to bring the hips back. Front leg does not have to go straight. Remember, you want to keep your upper body exactly how it was. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Keep pushing the right heel back. Exhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, hips back. I shouldn't say straighten because you might not be straightening your leg, and that's totally fine. As long as you're feeling sensation, you are good. Keep the chin tucked slightly to lengthen the neck. Keep drawing the left hip back, chest forward. All right, now bend the front knee, back knee down, move the blocks off to the side. Back to your downward facing dog. Now walk the feet forward towards the hands. Grab your blocks again and come into a monkey pose with the hands directly under the shoulders. Okay, so you want to make sure here that the blocks aren't too close to the feet because that'll round the back, and you don't want them out in front because then you're really having to reach. So the spine should be long, just like your monkey pose. Hands go directly under the shoulders, so blocks directly under the shoulders. Tuck the chin slightly so the crown of the head is reaching forward. Ground down into the base of the right foot as you lift the left leg. Now just lift it as high as you can comfortably, but not going past parallel to the ground. So only go up to parallel. Now here we're not opening the hips, so you want the left toes pointing down. Push your right hip back in space, draw the chest forward. Okay, and bring it down and just kind of walk it out. Ground down into the left foot. Squeeze the quads so you don't hyperextend, and then slowly lift the right leg up. Again, don't open the hips, point the toes down. Keep the foot active, so push into the heel and the ball of the lifted foot. Keep pushing the left hip back as you draw the chest forward, lengthening the spine. This is a good way to practice Warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3. Eventually bringing your hands to your heart. Release it down, walk it out. Okay, now move the blocks off to the side. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold. Ground down, look out. Inhale, come up with a flat back. Reach the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, thumbs to the third eye and the heart. Just take some breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then again, in through the nose, out through the nose. I trust my intuition. Okay, now bring your hands to your hips and bring your left foot back behind you. Coming into Warrior 3, and I'm going to give you a few different variations, so please stick with whatever feels good for you. Strong base in the right foot, squeeze the quads so you don't hyperextend, hands to the heart. Lengthen the spine, inhale, and then as you exhale, start to tilt with the pelvis. So the back leg lifts in line with the pelvis and the spine stays in line with the pelvis, just like it does for forward folds, okay? So only go as far as you can go, staying in a straight line. We don't want the chest to be down and the leg to be low or being in a back bend, okay? So navel to spine, neutral pelvis, push the heel and the ball of the back foot back, reach through the crown of the head, back toes pointing down. So you go as far as you can go, staying in a straight line. Draw the shoulders back, chest forward. Feel the standing legs get strong, the standing leg, and slowly come up and walk it out. It doesn't seem like it's much, but you can really feel it. Strong base in the left foot, lift the toes, spread them apart, grip them down, right foot behind. Squeeze the left quad, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start tilting the pelvis, which lifts the back leg. Reach the chest forward, the crown of the head forward, draw the shoulders back. Breathe. Get your balance, slowly come up and walk it out. Good job. All right, ground down into all four corners of the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up monkey. Exhale, step to the hands and knees. Now, that was a lot of work for the quads, so we're going to stretch them out with virabhadrasana, so grab your blocks. So with your blocks, have your knees together, feet apart. Place 1 or 2 blocks in between the feet and then bring the ankles to the blocks. In virabhadrasana, you want the toe or the knees pointing forward and the toes pointing straight back. So I really don't teach this a lot going all the way down to the ground. It's much more comfortable on the knees, especially if you're sitting on 1 or 2 blocks. Just breathe here, gentle squeeze in the quads. If you are not a squeeze, a gentle stretch in the quads. If you want to feel more of a stretch, bring your hands even behind you. Lift the hips and tuck the tailbone carefully because it can be a really big stretch, really suddenly. Breathe. Make sure you don't feel any pulling on the knees here. Okay, and slowly come up and move the block. Lay all the way down onto your back. And bring your knees in towards your chest and rock a little bit from side to side. And bring your feet down. Arms out to the side, shift your hips to the right, let the knees fall to the left. Try to keep both shoulders directly or touching the mat and breathe. If your legs are kind of hanging midair, just take a block or a couch cushion or whatever you have and put it under your knees, under your bottom knee. Come back to center. Shift the hips to the left, knees to the right. Close the eyes, breathe, relax. Come back to center and bring the knees in one more time to the chest. If it feels good, you can roll up and bring your forehead towards the knees. And then extend your legs out in front of you. Let the feet fall out to the sides about as wide as the mat, hands a little bit wider than the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, soften the chest. Make sure that the chin is level to the forehead, eyes closed. Go through the body, releasing any tension. Repeat your affirmation a couple more times. I trust my intuition. And deepen your breath. to wiggle the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Full body stretch if that would feel good. Reach the fingers in one direction, feet in the other. Bend your knees and roll onto your right hand side using your right arm for a pillow. And breathe. Slowly push yourself up to seated. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Come to an easy cross-legged pose and pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Notice how you're feeling after your practice. And circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. Let's close our time together. Show gratitude for your practice with one Om. Take a deep breath in. And then bow down to where it feels good. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye. Acknowledging the energy that's within you, around you, connects us all together and never goes away. That energy within me acknowledges that energy within you, and I thank you so, so much for letting me guide you through this practice today. Namaste. So some more things you could do for the intuition are in the third eye, is really stimulating the third eye area. So touching it anytime you're in a forward fold, have that area on something. The other things you can do is that color is so blue indigo and crown is violet or white. So think of indigo colors would help here. Just looking at them, wearing those colors. And other things that are good are anything to help decalcify your pineal gland. So that's Pineal. So you can look that up and find out different foods you could eat, different activities you could do to help decalcify the pineal gland. All right, yogi, I'd love to hear in the comments how you like this practice and more importantly, how it made you feel. Have a great day. Duke, you're dreaming, okay? Chill out. All right.